It's not me.
I don't recognize that.
Answer it.
855 numbers.
What if it's your birth mom?
But not calling me because like she found me, but like it's just a massive coincidence.
Yep.
Happens to work for a call center now, and
Yep.
like I'm sure there's a good movie in there somewhere.
That's how you should answer all unknown numbers. Mom?
Hello?
Is that you?
Did you birth me? That's terrible. And you're terrible for bringing it up.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm terrible for perpetuating it.
Yeah, you are. Welcome back to Yes, We're Adopted. We already made it weird.
Super weird.
Featuring me and Davo and almost Davo's mom, but he didn't pick up the phone.
I didn't answer.
So that could have been really fun to watch. So today we are gonna get a little bit ranty. Are you ready for this, people? I don't know if you're ready for this.
Ready?
I don't know, man.
How are they gonna tell you if they're ready?
I mean, comment below if you're ready.
Right now. This is not live.
Yeah. Comment below if you're ready for this. Because if not, you might want to turn it off and, you know, run to a safe space. We are gonna talk about reasons why you should not adopt.
Or have children in general.
Or have kids at all.
Brett got kicked off the Facebook group that he was a part of, the adoption support group or whatever,
yeah,
for saying things that are our opinion that kind of fly in the face of a lot of what people are saying about adoption or why they're adopting or whatever. But in the course of these interactions, we've come across some themes as far as, I mean, there are a ton of people out there that are doing an excellent job, and a ton of adoptees that are living amazing, excellent, full lives and full of contentment and joy, which is fantastic. But the counterpoint to that is that there are also some that are just terrible.
So bad.
just
so bad.
Awful. And we're past the point of really being mad about it, but it does create a fun rant.
Yeah, it does. Which is what we're gonna do today. So again, buckle up because it's gonna get ranty. So, 4 reasons why you or other people should not adopt.
Based on actual conversations.
Yeah,
and actual things that we have seen, read, talked about with real humans. This is Brett's
sadly
list that he was ranting about.
All right, number 1, to fill a void in your life.
I mean, that's why I eat cheeseburgers.
Yeah, I do that too. I feel like there's a void in my life.
There's a hole in my life.
I'm gonna go fill it with Wendy's.
Fill it with an orphan.
Boo! I mean, there are so many, okay, as human beings, we go through crap, right? You know, we have ups and downs and all this other things, you know, that happen in our lives. And if we just went around trying to fill every single void in our life with, I don't know, life-changing things, that would probably suck. It never works. I mean, people think, you know, in the short term, you know, like, oh, if I adopt, I'll just feel better. I'm missing something in my life, and I think a child would be able to help with that. No.
That poor kid.
Stop. They don't want to deal with your crap, and they're gonna have to, because you can't. Stop.
In the immortal words of Cool Runnings, if you're not enough without it, you'll never be enough with it. It being an orphan.
Number 2, your kid needs a playmate.
So far, it's just preposterous that these are things that
right?
people think.
But these are actual conversations. These are actual things that people say. And I hate it.
I don't want to entertain my children.
Yeah.
I don't want to entertain my child, so let's
adopt another kid.
Get another one. And
they'll entertain the other one.
They'll raise each other.
Yeah, because that's how it works.
Yeah, you want a toddler raising a toddler. Pretty sure.
I mean, if your kid needs a playmate, then just go ask the neighbors. Hey, you have any kids? Want to hang out?
What if they don't have kids? Should they adopt?
Yeah, they should adopt. Because then it's not your kid to worry about. Listen, neighbor, I need you to go adopt a kid right now because my kid needs somebody to play with. And I'm not going to adopt one.
I was told not to.
So you should do it.
Yes.
Come on. Number 3, you are lonely.
I bet you are.
Man, you really are lonely.
You probably are lonely.
Gosh. Like, get a dog. Get a fish.
It's almost the more aware version of there's a hole in my heart or whatever. Right? Like I'm just
so lonely without a child.
And if I could just be codependent with an infant, I guess up to 16. I mean, I won't you adopt or whatever, but like, if I could just have a codependent relationship with another human being that's forced to rely on me for sustenance, I wouldn't be lonely anymore.
Yeah.
You'd be a psychopath.
I just need somebody to need me. Get a freaking puppy.
Get a dog.
Gosh. I think I just spit on my lens out of anger right there.
Gross.
Alright, we have one more, but we're gonna go eat Wendy's here real quick, and then we'll come back with one more.
One more!
Hashtag Wendy's, hashtag sponsor us, hashtag adoption, hashtag buy a puppy. You can't not like Wendy's if you like orphans. Or you can't hate Wendy's if you hate Wendy's, you hate orphans?
Yeah. All the orphans in the whole world.
Yeah, if you hate Wendy's, you hate orphans.
I'm not as ranty now that I'm full.
Oh.
Like,
what if I did this?
I'd be upset
just
with
knocked your cup out of there. Would you be ranty again?
Might be punchy.
Well, last one that we're gonna talk about. Last reason why people should not adopt, or last reason to not adopt. Yeah, let's go with that. Last reason to not adopt is to save a child. To be that superhero that we've talked about, and everybody talks about it. But everybody wants to feel good about themselves, and so I'm gonna adopt a kid. That'll make me feel great. Unfortunately, it is a very real thing though. You know, people do adopt just to save the child. I mean, you know, you hear a sad story and you get emotionally attached to it and you want to do something, right? It calls you to act, which, you know, is great and all. But adopting might not be the best action.
An adoption itself is not the end. Like, that's the beginning of the story.
Right.
Right? Like, you know, you get a lot of people that go on these trips or they see a sad story on TV or, you know, or whatever, and I mean, yes, those situations are hard and they're heart-wrenching, and absolutely we should do what we can. But if your whole objective is to save a child and not raise an adult, then
there's a problem.
Then there's an issue. And maybe think that through a little bit. Like,
right.
there's more to that story than kid is now here, you did it.
Hooray!
But now you have to live with this for the rest of your life.
You are responsible for the well-being of this child and the upbringing of this child. And a lot of the times it's, you know, like pulling them out of their current culture, reintroducing them to a whole new culture and not knowing how to do so. But you wanted to save the kid. But you don't know what you're doing afterwards. And people don't think that far. They don't think that far ahead, and they just like, well, they just needed out. They needed saved, and what was I gonna do? Not adopt them? Yes. That's probably a better option at that point. If you can't figure out how you're gonna raise them in your culture and introduce their own beliefs and morals and everything else and be able to guide them in yours, yeah, maybe you shouldn't have adopted.
I'd like to take this a step further by saying that, at least in my idealism, when we talk about adoption, as grateful as I am and as supportive as I am of that system, the best option, to be perfectly honest, is to not need adoption. Mm-hmm. The adoption is a last course of action that's to be taken for the sake of a child who's either not safe or unprovided for because their parents are either not there, true orphans, or incapable or abusive, right? Mm-hmm. Like, that's the reason that adoption should take place, and it's for the good of the child. ultimately, it would be much better if parents had their crap together.
Yeah, it would.
And or didn't die. Like,
that also.
That would be the best option and the best course. And so all of these things that talk about adoption and how great it is, yes, those things are absolutely true. But it would be much better for children. It would be much better for kids. And I say this as an adult adoptee that is raised how I am, that is very happy that the idea that is in our current system, there's a lot of adoptions that happen, which I think are superfluous.
Yeah.
And could be prevented, and more support, you know, more support for parents and birth parents would go a long way. A lot of what's being deemed as adoption necessary and support for adoption is necessary, but there's a lot of it that's not.
Right. Yeah. I mean, just even having support, like support, you know, from your family, support from your friends would alleviate a lot of these problems. A lot of these people who don't think that they can take care of a child and so they need to give it up, they don't have that support group. They don't have those people surrounding them, loving on them, telling them that they can do it, and providing help and education, anything else that they need. And if they had that, who knows? I mean, they probably would feel a little bit more prepared. Or, you know, maybe parents should just kind of, this is gonna be harsh, but step up to the plate more. And just teach them, okay, when you're an adult, when you're raising your own kids, this is what you need to think about. No parents are really talking about that out there. You know, they rarely even talk about what it means to be an adult, but what does it mean to be an adult and raise your own family? That's a scary thought as a child. But if, you know, there's parents out there that start teaching these morals and these values from an early age, I think we could prevent a lot of this stuff.
We don't need more rescued children. We need more responsible, mature adults.
Truth. So that's our rant for today. Let us know your guys' thoughts down in the comments below. If you have a topic or a subject or a question for us, make sure you guys email us at, right there, AGA, or no, what is it? What's that say? YouTube at aga.productions. I can't read it. Comment below, tell us you guys' stories. As always, I'm Brett. That's Davo. This is Dave Thomas's story about being adopted. Go check out Wendy's. And also, hashtag sponsor us.